What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about the two favorite strikers in Mario Strikers Battle League, Mario and Rosalina. I decided to make this gear build video a combined video because these two characters are unique. Before we get started, I would like to announce that I am opening up my Strikers Club, so more information about that will appear at the end of the video. In my opinion, there are no other characters that are so good at their position that they can basically only do that position. Mario and Rosalina both have some different stats, of course, and Rosalina has fairly good strength, Mario has decent speed, but you would never use them in any other position except for a designated shooter. For that reason, I don't think it's necessary for me to engage with a gear build video because, well, they are already built. In other words, there's no point to ever run them in another position, so you might as well just use whatever build is most optimal for being a shooter. Here, I ranked all of the characters based on the sum of their shooting and technique. Obviously, Mario and Rosalina are miles ahead of the rest of the competition at 30, with the next closest being Luigi at 27. As a surprise to nobody, the lowest is DK, Toad, and Waluigi. Because Mario and Rosalina are so far ahead of the other characters, they are almost useless in other roles because the other characters are just going to be better. So without further ado, this is the most optimal build for Mario and Rosalina. Spoiler alert, they are going to have the same gear. For Mario, these are what your stats should look like. You have 8 strength, 11 speed, 17 shooting, 5 passing, and 22 technique. The gear that Mario has on is the trick helmet, the Bushido bracers, the cannon plate, and the cannon boots. Rosalina is going to be very similar with 11 strength, 8 speed, 18 shooting, 5 passing, and 21 technique. These builds are almost the same. She uses the trick helmet, the Bushido bracers, the trick pad, and the cannon boots. The reason the builds are set out like this rather than simply having maximum technique or maximum shooting, instead you want to have a mix of both of them so that you can score from short and far ranges. In order to test out the build, I know what they're going to be doing. In order to see how Mario and Rosalina feel with a team of other things, I'm just going to throw on a couple of Toads for support. And wow, what do you know? They're good characters. Who would have thought? Having 2 Toads or at least some characters on your team that will support these strikers is an absolute necessity because Mario and Rosalina do not do much else besides score goals. Honestly, this team build of Mario plus Rosalina plus double Toad is pretty good because as long as you know what you're doing, you're able to use the Toads to make plays and just feed the ball to Mario or Rosalina, who are then able to score from basically anywhere. So if you're looking for a team that just requires no thinking, here you go. This is a good team. As for Mario and Rosalina themselves, they are absolute monsters. It's almost impossible to defend against because they can score from a lob pass at the midfield. So all you have to do after a turnover is just give them a lob pass no matter what, even if it's off screen, and just have them shoot, and they're probably going to make it in. While I was playing online with this, it just kind of feels like a cheat code, you know? It's like I don't really deserve a lot of these goals that I'm getting. I just kind of chuck the ball across and sometimes it goes in. A lot of people discuss who is a better character, Mario or Rosalina. As I've said several times, I don't think it really matters which character you choose because they are so similar. And after playing both on the same team, I can say confidently there's almost no difference between them. Rosalina just has a little bit more tackling potential. I mean, sometimes I was able to hold the ball if I was tackled by a Toad or something. And Mario is just a little bit faster, so his lob passes are able to be chased down for better positioning. As for other kind of offensive builds with these characters, I would not recommend them. A lot of people like to say, oh, I like to run some strength on Rosalina, or I like to run some speed on Mario. With the right teammates, you don't need this at all. Honestly, their job is to catch the ball and shoot it from anywhere on the field. They don't need to play defense, they don't need to run fast, they don't need extra strength. Just let them do what they're supposed to do. I mean, yeah, they both have 5 passing. So what? They're not going to be passing the ball, right? You just get the ball and you shoot it. There are some other builds that both add up to the same number of technique plus shooting, such as 20 shooting, 19 technique Rosalina. That is completely up to personal preference. If you would like more shooting, you can have more shooting. If you want more technique, you can have more technique. I just like this build because when I did my testing, it's what scored the most goals. Last thing I want to talk about is whether or not these characters are good for the meta game. And in my opinion, the way that the game is right now, I don't think so. When you have super strong characters on your team that are able to just score from anywhere, it makes it kind of hard to justify using any other character. Now, if you're doing Strikers Club, I would not recommend you have a 4 Rosalina team because they definitely need some support. All I'm saying is in the future, what we're probably going to see is at least 1 Mario or Rosalina per team because otherwise you're just not going to score goals consistently. Plus, when it comes to how the game is designed, it really seems like items are huge when it comes to these striker characters. If you have the ball as Rosalina and you say throw a green shell, you are going to be able to get 1 shot off, which has a very high chance of the ball going in. There's no other characters that have that much potential in turning 1 item into 1 goal. In other news, in an effort to extend my community outreach, I'm going to be opening up my Strikers Club, so feel free to join the Baloney FC. The code is on the screen right now, and if you would like to join, then also join the Discord where we will be doing most of our communications. This is my own personal stream Discord that I've had for a while, but I haven't really used it in any time, so might as well bring it out for this. You can find the link to the Discord in the description down below. My character is already the tricked out Rosalina, so if you would like to add other characters, I will need a Mario, Waluigi, Toad, whatever you can muster. I will also be making sure that the members are active so that if any other members would like to join, it's not colluded by a bunch of people who never play the game. That is all I have to say for today's video. Thank you guys for watching and have a nice day.